Hey everyone, I am in my new lock shop. Same desk that you've seen before, but that's going to change after a little while anyway. But I got a text message from Mr. Bill Bacardi, and he said, hey, I've got a surprise package in the mail for you, and it's already in your P.O. box. So that's really awesome. So I really want to open this up and see what Mr. Bacardi sent because, well, as you guys know, Bill Bacardi is a very awesome member of our Locksport community. Actually, as I was kind of getting ready for the move and everything, I was actually working on some stuff for him. The move kind of delayed it just a little bit, but he'll still get it. I'm sure he'll like what I got in store for him. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what he's got in here. Okay. That's just packing. Stuff that back in there for now. And let's see what we got. Holy goodness. That's a big old bag of locks, people. Just dump the whole thing out. That'll make life a little bit easier. Oh, I got a Bill Bacardi challenge lock. Bill Bacardi number 65. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Not a bad bitting. Low in the front, a couple highs. Everything's going to have to be picked. It says don't turn 180, and I almost did right before I read that. This one's called Springtime. Let's get it back in the bag here. Awesome. And incidentally, this will be the first video you guys see of my new place here, but you won't see a ton of it because, like I said, I'm still in the process of moving. I've got this really cool LSDA from Texas Jim. Pinned by Texas Jim. I love Texas Jim locks, and I've definitely not seen this one in person. So that'll be a fun time. I've picked so many Texas Jim locks out there, guys. It's just like a little bit on the crazy side. He's got a ton of locks out there. And then another one from one of my really good friends, BLP 60, Bronx Lock Picker 60. And I could kind of see through the zip tie that that's going to be a little bit on the radical side. So that should be another fun one. Okay, I got another Texas Jim. This time it's a BKS Euro. And wow, would you look at that bitting? That's pretty wild. Yeah, a little bit of tick in the center, but not too bad. Oh, this says Texas Jim on the lock, but also it says West Coast Picks. Not sure. So, don't know. We'll see. Okay, and I got another one here. This one says Texas Jim on the lock. Unknown from Texas Jim. And this one has definitely been modified up top because those are all set screws that have been drilled out or filed down. Not a terrible bitting. 6-pin Schlag. More fun times. And I've got a Sergeant here. That's also a Texas Jim. And we've got a wicked key with this Sergeant. So, Sergeants are very good locks. They've got nice tolerances. And they make wicked challenge locks. And those are some Texas Jims I haven't seen yet. So, that's awesome. I got a no-name. Oh, wait a minute. It says Turk Matt, number 15. I've not picked any of Turk Matt's locks. So, I am really, really looking forward to getting into this one. Cut a couple deep ones in the back with a little bit higher cut, some higher cuts in the front. So it looks like everything's going to need to be picked except for maybe this pin right here. But we'll see. A little ticky, not too bad. I've got another one here, it says unknown. It's a Schlag. Oh, but it does say Texas Gem on the side. So it's another Texas Gem. And looks like from his video 555. And it's a, ooh, that might be a 7-pinner, folks. That's a pretty long, oh my God. That is a wicked key. Just flat evil. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, so I've got an Ilko with an arrow key, another Texas Gem. This is a lot of new Texas Gem stock for me. I've really not seen very many, or seen any of these in person, which is really cool. And it's a 5-pinner. Has a pretty good hang up in it, but the key still works. And this one says unknown, unknown. And it doesn't say anything on the lock. But it's a quick, oh, there it is, right there. It actually says Texas Gem right there, so another Texas Gem. Wow, Bill, you had the wealth of Texas Gem locks. But you know what I like, so there we go. Really nice bitting. Awesome. You know what? I've got some of my stuff out. I don't have my main pick roll out. But I've got my teacup full of stuff. And I got one of my devices out. And let me dig out my pinning tray real quick. It's kind of buried, but it won't take long to grab. Okay. Let's see if I can pick a lock. This will be the first lock I've picked in about 2 weeks. Not a good sign, but I am also setting up a bed that I can fall back on. So I like these Texas Gem locks a lot, and quick set. So a Texas Gem quick set. We can see whether I pass or fail for you. So let me get everything arranged here. Man, that thing hangs up pretty good when you want to turn it clockwise. All right, since we have a quick set and I've got a bunch of fat picks here, we can go with that. My pry bars, they're in the other room. I'll be right back. Or I merely thought they were on my kitchen table. I'll have to dig those out again sometime. So let's see if I have anything in here that'll work. Hey, that'll actually work. First time's a charm. Okay, so I want to use this fairly deep hook. This is out of the Honest kit that I just rubber coated the handle on. That's a click from 3. A click from 5. Another click from 5. That was a click from 3. And there we go. We got it opened up. So just kind of walked through that one. One, I just barely brushed, and 2 only took a little bit to lift up. So let's get this one out of the vise. and on the pinning tray. I know my lighting situation in here is going to be better. It's going to be pretty similar to what I had in my old shop. So the only problem I've got right now is a flickering fluorescent light, which I'll show you right there. You can see the ends kind of burn out on it. So yeah. But we'll get that taken care of. Okay, I don't have any other tools other than my screwdriver to get this clip off. There we go. Okay, I think I turned it 180 there when I was getting that clip off. Let's see if I can fix that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'll need this follower. And I'm going to need a shim on this one. Not too often that I got to shim a Texas gem lock. Every once in a while I come across some T-pins. Alright, you can see everything is, well, pretty well below the shear line. One, I really didn't feel like I had to lift it that high. That's cool. Alright, let's dump these out. See what Texas Gem put in here. And what Mr. Bill Bacardi decided to share with me. It's pretty good pins there. Looking inside of here, you can see that, yes, we've got threads in every chamber. And get my big fat tweezers out of here. It's kind of a barrel-ish type spool, but we'll look a little bit closer at it later here in a bit. You can tell that thread or chamber 1 is threaded. You guys can probably see that in the camera. Chamber 2 is not threaded. Chamber 3 is threaded. Chamber 4 is stuck. And there's chamber 5. Okay, let's see what we can do for chamber 4 here. Hopefully it's not stuck too bad. I'm not worried if I break this cap. I've got some spares. Yeah, like you see it just stuck in the chamber there. Let's go ahead and poke it out. There we go. And let me just double check. I got threads in 5, 4, 3. I don't see any in 2, but I do see them in 1. Okay, they are in 2. I guess I got to just look on the top. Everything's threaded up top too, guys. All right, so let's look at these awesome pins. Okay, so in chamber 1 for the key pin, I've got this nicely serrated with some wide and sharp serrations. Above it, I've got a barrel type pin. The bottom part of it's a little bit more spoolish, but nice sharp lips on both sides, and a copper spring. In chamber 2, I've got a serrated with a serrated above it and a steel spring. Chamber 3, I would call that a spool with a pretty interesting pin here. This is kind of cool. Come on, focus up, camera. I know my lighting's not as good, so it's going to take a second. There we go. Pretty cool. It's kind of T-pinish on the bottom, spoolish in the middle, and a really, really sharp lip on the top to get caught in that threading. Then we got a another spool. And that's not a really a normal tapered pin. That's just actually normal for quick set pins. So he didn't replace the pins before rekeying this one. Then I've got a really sharp single serration, and it looks like the bottom of it's just slightly reduced diameter. That one's got a copper spring. All right, then I've got another serrated, but it looks like it's reduced diameter on top. And 5 up top. We've got another single serration. And that one's got a steel spring. All right, that's what we have in this lock that Texas Jim made. It says unknown, but yeah, it's definitely Texas Jim. Come on, camera. There we go. Definitely a Texas Jim lock. And Bill Bacardi, thank you very much for sending all this stuff. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. You got the distinction of being the first one to get a package opened in my brand new, yet unfinished lock shop. As you can see, guys, I'll zoom out some. It's still being put together, so, but definitely a lot more. I got that little shelf there is actually going to go further down the garage. I want to be replacing the deck of this table, making it larger and raising it up some. But there we go, guys. I guess your first sneak peek here. Once again, Bill, thank you very much, and everybody, please have a fantastic day.